In the bustling village of Ogodo, where the sun's rays danced upon the rooftops and the laughter of children filled the air, there lived a young man named Chidi. Chidi was known throughout the community for his kind heart, his strong work ethic, and his unwavering dedication to his family. One day, as Chidi was making his way through the busy market, something caught his eye. Amidst the colorful stalls and the bustling crowd, a woman stood out like a shining star in the night sky. Her beauty was mesmerizing, her smile radiant, and Chidi found himself drawn to her like a moth to a flame. Mustering up his courage, Chidi approached the woman and introduced himself. To his delight, she seemed equally intrigued by him, and the two struck up a conversation that lasted for hours. Chidi had never felt this way before, and as the days turned into weeks, his fascination with the enigmatic woman only grew stronger. Amara, as the woman called herself, was a vision of grace and elegance. She seemed to float through the village, her every movement captivating Chidi's attention. The two spent countless hours together, strolling through the market, sharing laughter and dreams, and Chidi knew that he had found the one he wanted to spend the rest of his life with. One moonlit night, as they sat together in the village square, Chidi gathered his courage and asked Amara to be his wife. To his delight, she accepted, and the village erupted in celebration. Plans were made, and the wedding date was set, and Chidi could hardly contain his excitement. But as the wedding day drew nearer, Chidi began to notice strange occurrences happening around him. Amara would sometimes stare off into the distance, her eyes distant and unfocused, and there were moments when Chidi could swear he felt a chill run through her body when he embraced her. Chidi tried to push these thoughts aside, convincing himself that it was all in his head. After all, he had never been this happy before, and he could not imagine his life without Amara by his side. However, on the night before the wedding, Chidi's world was turned upside down. He was awakened by a strange noise coming from the courtyard, and as he ventured outside, he was met with a sight that would haunt him for the rest of his days. There, in the pale moonlight, stood Amara, her body swaying back and forth in a hypnotic dance. But as Chidi watched, transfixed, her beautiful features began to melt away, replaced by a twisted, demonic visage. Chidi's heart raced as he realized that the woman he had fallen in love with was not human at all, but a dangerous spirit bride, a creature that lured unsuspecting men to their doom. Terrified, Chidi turned to flee, but Amara's unearthly wail stopped him in his tracks. She spoke then, her voice a chilling, otherworldly rasp. "You cannot escape me, Chidi. I have chosen you to be my husband, and you will come with me to the underworld, where we will rule together for all eternity." Chidi's blood ran cold as he realized the true nature of Amara's intentions. She had been using her beauty and charm to lure him in, all so that she could claim him as her own and drag him down to the dark realm of the spirits. In a desperate bid for survival, Chidi racked his brain, searching for a way to break free from Amara's clutches. And then, he remembered the stories his grandmother had told him, stories of the power of salt to ward off evil spirits. Quickly, Chidi grabbed a handful of salt from a nearby bowl and flung it in Amara's direction. The spirit bride let out a bone-chilling scream as the salt burned her flesh, and she recoiled, her form flickering and distorting. Seizing the opportunity, Chidi turned and ran, his heart pounding in his chest. He ran and ran, not daring to look back, until he reached the safety of his home. There, he barred the doors and windows, praying that Amara would not be able to find him. 4 days, Chidi remained in his home, too terrified to venture out. He could hear Amara's unearthly wails echoing through the village, and he knew that she was searching for him, determined to claim him as her own. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the village elders came to Chidi's door, bearing a strange and ancient artifact. They told him that this was the only thing that could protect him from the spirit bride's deadly grasp. Chidi gripped the artifact tightly, his hands trembling, as the elders instructed him on how to use it. They warned him that he must be brave, for the spirit bride would not give up her claim on him without a fight. And so, with the artifact in hand, Chidi ventured out into the village, his heart pounding with fear and determination. He knew that he was putting his life on the line, but he also knew that he could not let Amara win. As he walked through the streets, Chidi could feel the presence of the spirit bride drawing ever closer. And then, there she was, her unearthly beauty now twisted and distorted, her eyes burning with a primal hunger. Chitty raised the artifact, his hands shaking, and began to chant the ancient words that the elders had taught him. The air crackled with energy, and Amara let out a scream of pure anguish as the artifact's power began to take hold. The spirit bride's form wavered and distorted, and Chitty knew that he was winning. But just as he thought he had triumphed, Amara let out a final, agonizing wail and lunged towards him, her claws outstretched. Chitty braced himself for the impact, but it never came. Instead, he watched in awe as Amara's form disintegrated, her essence being drawn back into the realm of the spirits, where she belonged. The village erupted in cheers, and Chitty was hailed as a hero. But as he stood there, his heart still pounding, he knew that the battle had taken a toll on him. He had come face to face with the dark forces of the spirit world, and he knew that he would never be the same again. From that day on, Chitty devoted his life to studying the ways of the spirit world, determined to never again be caught unawares by the dangerous forces that lurk in the shadows. And whenever he tells this tale, he reminds his listeners to always be vigilant, for the spirits are ever present, and their wiles are as cunning as they are deadly. That's it for this video, folks. Be sure to subscribe to our channel Pigtails for more stories like this one. Leave a comment letting us know what stories you'd like to see come to life. Don't forget to like and subscribe for new African tales and fables every week.